Alrighty, ladies and gents, girls and boys, here we are. We're onto it. We're into it. It's the BiGD Premier League round 3 matches. A little bit interesting tonight because we have ourselves a scratch match and a points match. So what does that mean? The first match is going to be just a competitive match in that the two teams are going against each other. It'll be OC and BiGD Public, but it's not for points on the board. It's just for fun, for practice, whatever you call it, with the Chimera pull out of the competition due to limited numbers. And disappointing as that might be, that's fine. That's how it works. Stuff happens, and we're moving forward. The second match tonight, though, that is a live one, and that's going to be with TFK take on the 3 Para guys. I'm super excited for that one because both of those clans are, massively trying to move their way up the charts here and really, just get themselves squared away as competitive teams. And 3 Para are coming off with a win the other week, of course, so that's going to have them in fairly high spirits. And TFK are looking for that victory tonight over them. So I'm really, really excited to see where we go. The map, of course, is Purple Hat Lane, as you would have hopefully seen if you watched the pre-stream on Wednesday night. And so I'm looking forward to that. And how hard it is to fight on. That was one of the big points that we raised. Now, at the moment in our casting panel tonight, it's just the 2 of us because a lot of folks are actually playing in the pre-match. So Gobes has volunteered to come along and help me out with the cast. Good evening, Gobes. Good to see you, mate.
Good evening, Noppers. Thank you for having me. Look forward to tonight.
No worries, mate. And this isn't your first time around on the panel, so I'm looking forward to working with you on some of this stuff. I think you did the first one with us, correct?
I did. I think it was AIF versus OC, but in round 1.
There you go. All right, so let's just have a quick explain of what's happening. So tonight, as I said, it's OC versus the public team starting in approximately 10 minutes, and then we'll follow that up with a game of TFK versus 3 Para. That's at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thank God daylight savings is gone. And then tomorrow night, it's 2 matches again, but because Chimera's pulled out both of their teams, unfortunately, that means the first match will be a scratch match. And I'm really excited about that one because that's just open to the public. The people that didn't sign up for the BiGD Premier League, they weren't sure what it was about or whatever. Maybe they didn't know about it. And now they've gone, oh, geez, this is actually quite cool, quite fun. So this is an opportunity for these scratch matches for players from the community who aren't signed up for anything to actually come along and be in that competitive element of things. And I think that match is just going to be fascinating to cast. The second match then tomorrow night is 4 Boys versus NRD. That game is for points. And so that one will be, it's a battle of the battle of those clans that are really looking to try and break through that OC mould, I think, a little bit, because OC have been dominant in the comp. But with the dropout of Chimera, the rules stated that if teams drop out before the 4th round, I think it was the 4th round, it means that the points are all reset and everything goes back to normal and neutral. So, as in those games don't count. So what that means is that the board is pretty much even at the moment when it comes to those teams across the board. So anyone's comp at the moment, anyone's comp. What I'm going to do now, while I'm getting set up in Hell Let Loose, as you can see here over on this side, I'm still sort of logging in. We just get rid of that map. I'm going to run the video from the other night of what the map's about, the prelim stuff. So for anyone that missed it the other night, they can watch it now. I'm just going to run the whole video as the start, and that'll give you a chance to see what I was talking about, some of what we were talking about. So let me see if I can find that bastard of a thing at the moment, because I think I hid it somewhere, didn't I? All right. Gobes, what do you think's going to happen in this first match tonight while I'm looking for that on Purple Hat Lane? What do you think's going to happen?
To be honest, it all comes down to which location, but considering the OCs, it's a scratch match between OC and the rest. I really see it going to be a messy battle. Fighting over those points, there's going to be machine guns everywhere. Every field, every bocage you're going to be seeing, it's going to be a machine gun laying down heat.
There was a point made the other night that, and also in that prelim video, that it's going to be very much around anti-tank guns as well. Do you think anti-tank guns are going to dominate over tanks, or do you think tanks have got a good chance of fending off those types of attacks?
I think the ATGs or the anti-tank guns are going to be critical. However, if you jump in on the AT gun, that's 2 people. If you put up multiple AT guns, you're pulling people off the point and putting people on there. I think maybe the tanks will be sitting back a bit behind the ATGs, and the ATGs were doing all the power, where the tanks will be providing the suppressive power with the machine gun and the heavy gun. Did you get that?
Sorry, mate. Yes, I did. I just realised I was on mute. I'm just going to put up instead the flyover footage of Purple Heart Lane while I do the login. Now, this is just some pretty footage that I did, and we're flying up the main road here now. Gobes, out of the 3 points, we've got group, pillbox, quarantine causeway, and flak position. Which one would you prefer to defend, and why?
As the Americans, I prefer to defend artillery, because if you get the point first, they can't flank behind you. As long as you've got garrisons up and your OPs, the Germans can't flank you. You've got all that cover, and you just open ground. There's only 2 flanks to protect. In the middle point, every flank's open. A quarantine causeway, everything's open. At Grout, every place is a hidey hole. It's a bugger of a point to defend. I would never want to do Grout. I want the artillery. That's what I'd be aiming for. If the map rolls and I saw artillery, I'd be in heaven.
The lads the other night made that very distinct point. Everyone vigorously agreed that group position, group pillbox was the worst of the lot. Certainly, it's just so open out there. And something I reflected upon after the other night was that whilst I said it was probably easy to defend, and while I think of it, Gobes, jump on the Axis side tonight, mate. I'll be on the Allies. While it might be a great spot to defend, people can shoot at you from long range as well while you're in there defending. So a well-positioned AT gun or 2 could certainly pop you from long range. Flak position is my favourite. What do you think about the fights on the main road, though? If Quarantine Causeway comes up, because of the fact that there's like 2 or 3 channels down each side that you can move in on, is that going to normalise a little bit towards some of the other battles we've seen? Or like, I guess the question I'm asking here is, if you're trying to defend Quarantine Causeway, given all the options that the enemy have for coming at you, how do you go about that?
The only way I see defending or attacking is in small groups and push it along both sides at the same time. That's what I see. It's going to be a hell of a map. It's one of those maps where you'll get if you're focused on one point, you'll get smashed. You need to spread out and work together as a team and push the flanks. Pushing that causeway, left or right. If there's an ATG there, an anti-tank gun, you're owned. You just luck needs to be on your side tonight to win that point. And
that's interesting because airheads play a big part in a lot of these matches. In really breaking open a point. The trouble with airheads I've always found on Purple Heart Lane in particular is that you can see them from about a mile away. And so we know that the competitive nature of these teams is such that they are looking for and trying to counter airheads when they come in. One of the tricks I do with airheads when I'm dropping them is I try and put at least one other aircraft overhead at the time, and that might be, and maybe some smoke somewhere or some arty or something like that, but dropping a supply run on one side of the map just before you drop the airhead on the other side means that quite often you'll get all the enemy's heads looking towards that first aircraft, trying to work out if that's an airhead or not and where it's dropping. The other way, of course, I don't go for the drop an airhead and then put a bombing run over the top of it. In competitive play, it just doesn't really work. Well, not that I've seen anyway. The one I look at there, of course, is putting a bombing run in somewhere to keep their heads down whilst I'm dropping an airhead somewhere else. So maybe coordinating an airhead, a bombing run, a recon plane just before all of that, and a recon bombing run, airhead, and supply drop. That's what I was going to say. I think that type of combination on an open map just confuses the hell out of the enemy and means that they're looking in different directions and your airhead might go off. What do you think about that, mate? Do you use those types of tactics when you're commanding or leading anything?
Yeah, I do. Usually when it's 50 versus 50 or the bigger leagues, but in BBL, this map is as you said, it's very open. It's very flat. You can see everything for miles. I don't see airheads being utilized as they traditionally will be used. I see them probably helping recon get behind the point, and they'll drop them 2 grid squares away from the point, furthest away. That way recon can flank around and they get a positioning. That's the only reason why I see you would use an airhead on any of these maps. Unless you had a bombing run with some MGs laying down suppressive fire, keeping their heads down while that airhead's coming down, lay a bombing run down, you're in.
Yeah,
That's
fair
the way
enough.
I think.
We're just zooming over the map here now. This is just pre-recorded footage I did the other day. While we wait the extra couple of minutes for the game to start, I'm in the battle now, and we're just waiting to see what happens here. While we're zooming around, that's flak position we're looking at in the camera. That is absolutely my favourite one to attack or defend. You have so much fun there. But as we zoom around, I've tried to get some footage in amongst the little channels that play such a big part in this match. The channels are where you make your approach. The difference between this and Saint Mary Glace from the other day, what I wanted to point out, when you're running up these channels, you don't have cover. You only have concealment. And for those that don't understand the difference with cover is some sort of physical barrier from bullets hitting you. Concealment is only a physical barrier that stops the enemy from seeing you, not shooting you. So where we go down, so there's a little trench line here that we're flying over now, the little waterway, and down behind the hill here, it's just not low enough or high enough to protect your body from bullets coming at you. Like this part here now where we see all those reeds in the water, it's not going to stop you from getting shot either up and down the channel or from the sides, because you can't run on your guts in those channels. But that little wall that we're looking at there is absolutely a spot. Sorry, I'm in the game and someone's coming up and putting their face in my face. It's, people bored waiting for the time to set. Gobes, I know you play recon a lot. I think it's probably the thing you play the most. How do you get through these reed trenches, these little water trenches? I don't know what you'd even call them. How do you do that? How do you just run straight up them and hope for the best? Do you stop regularly? How would you do it?
I always pay attention to the commander chat when I'm a spotter running through. I always run through the canals, through the channels, and I always stop. I look around, use my binoculars, look for anything that moves, and I keep on going. But I always stay away from this. If there's fire, I move the hell away from that until I'm behind the enemy. It's better to shoot them in the back than shoot them in the face.
All right. Well, I've just seen, while we're waiting for that, I've just seen that we have gone live on the stream and the map is just changing. It's 10 seconds left. I'm just going to get some shit squared away here because it looks like it's game on, ladies and gents. We're going to start the timer in a second once this map changes over, because I've got to get this right. Welcome to Purple Heart Lane. We could probably even get the webcam and say, hi, good to see you all. I'm a real human and here I am doing my thing. Where's my timer? I've got to set this timer right because I've missed this a few times to get it started at the correct time. There we go. We've got a timer now. We will put that on the screen, and I think it's this one here. And let's see what happens. That one's up. Nope, that's not it. Chrono Battle Countdown, Pre-Match Cast, BPO Countdown. Why is that not working? I've got a beautiful image on the screen now. Oh, the bottom one. There we go. All right, the timer's not in the right spot. That's fine. Gobes is on the... Were you on the Allied side now, Gobes?
Yeah, that's correct.
And I'm the Axis side now, and I'm going to get down the bottom here. The timer started, folks, so we're getting that going. Let's get that going. It's got 2 minutes to warm up, so we will make that at that. Battle timer is 44. I'm just doing my thing here, getting myself squared away. This is how you do admin cam. There we go. Up we go. Let's have a look at the teams. Gobes, if you could talk me through the teams a little bit while I get this stuff sorted out for the stream. Tell me about both sides, mate.
So both sides. You got the OC, the OC clan, only clans. Very strong OCE clan, Australiana clan. They've got some great teams and players in their team, so I'll look forward to them really push in this Big D community team. You got probably Lotion, Lord Ginge, and what's his? I can't even see his name in the group. And Tattoo would be probably the most important players I see for this map for OC when they push through. Tattoo's knowledge of the game is sensational. He's like a savant of Hell Let Loose. And then you got Lotion running his squad. He can control the battle with his squad so well. So he's doing it on their theme. Just bear with me. Just got to mute the in-game audio.
Yeah, you're right, mate. I've just got to get rid of the Big D logo that's sitting in the middle of the screen that I wasn't even watching. Go Big D Public. I just saw someone say that. All right, so let's quickly talk about the map, where we're at, what we're doing here. Zooming across here, the points are Dover River Battery, flag position, aid station. It's all on the right-hand side of the map. So my favourite to start off with, flag position. There's no changes here. This is great. I love this. I'm really, really excited to see what this looks like as a fight. We've already got the teams moving up here. Now, we've had a bit of a talk about who's what. So we've got the OC guys. I've been told that there's some randoms and ring-ins in different spots here. So I think we've got a couple of Foy boys lurking. There might be some NRD guys lurking. Do you know anything about that, Gobes? Do you remember?
No, I think they both needed a bit of support. So they've both asked, because it's a scratch match, they've just asked some players to jump in and assist for this game.
Yeah, and
Foy Boys and NRD decided to jump up and assist.
Yeah.
Get some practice in before tomorrow's battle between NRD and or the Nads and Foy Boys.
Absolutely, mate. Practice makes perfect. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is camera work's a little bit different this week. I hope you enjoy it, folks. Please write comments. I am watching your live comments, of course, but this is a 15-minute delayed stream, so stuff you tell me now will be whatever I did 15 minutes ago. That's fine. We'll work through that. Just having a bit of a look here about what the push is. I've got a supply truck and a transport truck coming up through the aid station area. That can be hard to negotiate road-wise. I can hear shots fired already. I'm not sure. I've got a truck up the north here. There's already a transport truck by the look of that coming in onto the point now. We're just going to get in a little bit closer here. Here we go. We've got a commander's move marker saying optimistically that's where they want to go. That truck's heading through the water there on the right-hand side, and it's dumping out like flares out of the back of a Herc. It's dropping stuff out everywhere as they drive into the point and park right in the point. Whoever that the squad leader is, there's two squad leaders. Lotion's in there already. All right, there you go. Those guys have raced into the point. Where are the other guys? They're still stuck at aid station. I did say that there was a little bit of a trouble coming in from that south side. It looks like the OC guys have well and truly taken over the point initially, and that's going to be hard. They're like ticks. They're going to be hard to get out. But not only that, from memory and from previous experiences, there we go. There's the first shots fired downrange. That truck's optimistic if he's going to keep driving. Yeah, there they go. They're jumping out now because they realise shit got real. There goes the truck. 2 shots in close. Big explosion. Thanks for coming, truck. That squad leader's still alive, though. We're flying over the point now. OC have pushed forward into those frontline trenches. The public team's going, what the fuck just happened? They're already there. But I always expected that to happen from the team on the south side, and the reason for that is that it's really hard to get through aid station in a straight line, whereas I think it's a little bit better from the north side, and you can have no doubt that OC will be practicing the shit out of this. Oh, that was a good strafe. That woke him up. What have you got there, Gobes, that you can tell me about at the moment?
I'm watching 3K Kingy and Sui sneaking up on the recon tank back at their German spawn at E9, E8, taking it to them. It looks like
E9 and E8. That's
no. Sorry, I apologise. It's E6, my friend. Sorry about that.
There's a recon tank in the middle of the field with Magical Arab, Aussie Blackbeard, and Vast in it. Those boys
have a look a bit.
Sorry, go
have
on.
Have a look a bit south of the map, and you'll see a 75, American 75.
I'm just watching the optimistic supply truck that's come in literally about 100 metres from the position in the middle of the paddock. I'm not really sure. No, he's dead. So that was always going to happen. We've got OC pushing out down to the south here. We've got a squad leader over to the left-hand side. Soup's no rules. He's like I run. He's good, and then some days he's playing some other game. Soups is good fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, Soups is laying down, hugging that ground. He's just not giving himself away.
Is he marked at the moment? Has anyone got an eye on him? Lotion's running
No,
past.
they have no idea that he's there. Absolutely no idea.
Lotion's going for a run past. Let's go and have a look at what's going on over in the middle of the map here now. We're going to just zoom across here and have a look at what happened. Where's that recon tank? Well, it doesn't seem to exist anymore. I'm assuming that bad things happened to it. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, Kingy and Suey and 3K, they got that tank.
And that would be that American tank that's running through the middle of the map now. I'm just zooming in on it as we speak, and it's coming around behind the public team. It's got half of their team chasing it at the moment. Optimistic AT guys, I have no doubt they would have satchels at the moment, and that means they're not going anywhere near that tank because it won't stop for anybody. Even traffic lights, they won't stop. And let's just confirm who's in that tank. It is Three Knees, Kingsley, and Suicide. We know them to be good. There's Crashy. He's optimistic as well. No, he's just hiding. He's played the smart game. They're marking it, and they're marking it well. Crashy's watched it go. He can't do anything about it. We've got 4 infantry guys down the back there. I'm assuming that's the admins over to the right.
That's correct. Yeah, that's the admin sitting on the point, so it can't be captured.
Right, they've worked out the Crash Marine's there, and they've let him know that it's not a good place for him to be. Now this gives these AT guys a chance to catch the tank, but they're still not going to do it. Unless they've got rockets, and we probably need to zoom in. Josh looks like he's got a rocket. He's got a rocket. They've both got rockets. Oh, there's a bounce. What a dodgy bounce that was. How rude. And they've got the tank stuck. And he shot the wall. And then they've shot the tank. And there's another bounce.
Oh, ricochet. Oh, wow.
Look at this. They both shot their rockets off. That tank's a bit buggered. Something else is shooting at it.
Nuppers, if we have a look back at the point, now we have Soup's squad is actually all spawned on him, and they're all pushing the point. And they don't know. So OC just realised, and they've lost 2 of their 4 people off that point.
This tank, I want to get back to that, but this tank is sitting there. It's driving around on one track by the look of it. He's going slow. Oh, he's just shot his own bloke. Oh, tragedy. And it's another one into the tank. These guys are hitting him with everything. Somebody just shot from the back of the map. Somebody just shot from the back of the map and killed their own teammate.
OC are focused on defending that tank. However, they've actually got, wait a minute. They've just shot down all the Soup squad.
Now, just come back to that quickly. I'm having too much fun with that tank at the moment. I really want to see that. It looks like that little push is all over, but Seepsy will have that OP in. We'll come back to that in a second. This is awesome fun down here with this tank. Where is it? It's driving off now. I cannot believe who was the poor bastard that got shot. Oh, I cannot believe that. It's happened again. It's all coming back to me, he says. Just hit from long range with an AT gun. Where is that gun shooting from? It's a tank. It's a tank, not an AT gun. They're actually shooting from Fox 10. Here goes the tank across the paddock again. Surely he's got to know. Surely he's got to know what's going on here, that they're coming up. They're going to hit him. Oh, there's the anti-tank guy gone. That's terrible. Tell me what's happened with Soups and the squad up there, mate. Any news?
They've all respawned. However, OC's collapsed back, and they've got 3 hut squads. They've just taken out the OP, and Scoops is just giving his position away. So
that tank's dead, by the way. It just blew up with a frontal shot. Maybe, I don't actually know where the round came in from. I'm just flicking over now to where Soups is. Go on, please.
It looks like Soups is now dead now. His whole squad's been completely wiped out. It looks like OC's using the 3-player flex squad. So what they do is they've got 3 people in their squads, and they're just flexing back. You've got 4 squad defense, and then it looks like they've got the 3 squad attack. Right. So now they've all fallen back, so it looks like OC's fallen back, and they're really getting set up again, but they are defending that house. Remember that house that you marked on the side of artillery?
Yes. There it is there, that little house over to that side. I love that for a fire position. You can put fire support in on the position. Even with my dodgy rifle skills, you can really shoot people from out this way. And it also allows for a great staging base. The trouble with that position is you've got to defend to the north of it if you're pushing from the south, of course, and vice versa, so that people don't come up along those trench lines and take you out. I can see what's happening on the map now. We just had a really good recon go over, and flak position was lit up left to right. We've got an APC from Meatfingers, the leader of the public team tonight. Let's go over and see what that does. There's quite a few over in the middle of the map. I'm assuming... Yeah. Wait, where am I going? I'm going the wrong direction.
So Midfigures is bringing the half track straight up the main road because he's realised that there's no tank. However, the Americans, King, Stewie and 3K are bringing up the tank now. So if he doesn't get that half track off the road very soon, he's going to get whopped with a 75 millimeter round into the face.
Tattoo's just wiped out Spawn down the bottom here, so Tattoo's doing his job and really just focusing on clearing out stuff coming up that main road. And we'll just flick up here now and have a look. The bombing run just went in. I think that was behind the point. I'm not really sure what that was about. Who's the commander of the OC team? Is that Fiercey tonight, mate?
It is. Fiercey's the commander tonight.
Yeah, he's usually the guy. I think he's doing it all the time. Toby the Toaster is shutting down this little mini push here from Josh and his squad. Let's just have a quick look just after... Josh is shooting the other building. Toby's well moved out of there, mate, and he's waiting for you upstairs now. He's going to shoot downstairs as you run around, I think. This is not looking real good. Let's get in there and have a bit of a close look at it. Toby's just waiting for that move to occur. Josh is coming around the back there. He's having a bit of a peek. He's running backwards. This is going to get a little bit tight, a little bit quick. Let's zoom back up from that. Nice slow camera moves now, isn't it? Just classy. Josh is eventually going to die here, I think. Toby's just
I don't think Squishy knows that Toby's above him.
No!
Oh! And that looks like Stewie got Squishy then.
I don't think Toby cares. That was a good kill.
It looks like NRD's doing their normal recon recon squatting, where they have their recon squads far back and they start pushing in from the rear like they have been doing for the last few games. So
just having a look. That's Putang and I Run. I Run's doing his thing up there with Putang, as you just said. They're trying to mark stuff and really clear out, I guess, defensive positions up here. Because the main road is somewhere you do have to control because it's such a quick supply route for trucks and tanks and stuff like that. It also allows for good fire support base. But there's some excellent shooting just then from down the road. iRun is no longer running. He's going to have trouble walking that one off. Putang's in there. He'll set his OP up somewhere. Let's have a quick look at what we got here. Remembering tonight, it's only... a 15-minute delay, not a 30-minute delay. The committee has approved that now, so it's a bit tighter, a bit more live, I guess we would call it. I'm just looking at the map and looking at what's going on. There's absolutely nothing going on there near Aid Station. We're just going to rip over here and have a look. There's a lot of gunfire, but OC have pushed so far forward, they've almost pushed into Aid Station itself. And
I just want to let you know, Knockers, that you have the map overlay going on your stream.
Yeah, we just fixed that. I fixed that before, mate. It should be gone. Hopefully it's gone. Yes, it's gone. I think I started off with that and then fixed it. Just for the streaming that I do normally anyway. Look, Ginge and crew, Lotion, they're all pushing in on this poor little engineer. Tomcat, there he goes. He's dead. Where are we? Look, we're way down here in front of Aid Station. That literally there, those 4 X's you can see, ladies and gents. That's Winchy just made a point on my concealment conversation before. If it renders in, you are correct, mate. If it doesn't render in, then there's no concealment at all. It's nothing. Harry's put up the top there, 30 to go. Yeah, so the time is about 10 or 15 seconds out. Close enough though. Close enough that it's all good. Here's a good machine gun fire support base. Mirage, Cortex, and Demo Biz. Those guys that have got X's on them, they are actually admins. Sheevan's down. So the admins are hiding in the building just to hold the point here. We've got a bit of a push I can see on the main road. Gobes, are you looking at that at the moment?
Yeah, I'm looking at the main road. Looks like the unclanned or the
unclanned. Is that like the unsullied, the unclanned?
I call people who aren't in clan unclean because they haven't been cleansed to join a clan yet. But anyway, it looks like that's
for the viewing community. I am also unclanned.
It looks like they've got a little mini game going on, taking off the road. So I reckon he who holds the road, or he or she who holds the road, can hold the position over Flak, if that makes sense. Because Flak's actually got only one bridge at the back.
We've got FedEx, Cheems, RD, Wormald, and Xiao Xiao. I hope I've said that right. Running up the main road now. And that's good. If I was Wormald, I would have 3 of those guys in front of him so that he can at least set the OP up. Because now he's at the front of that push, And if there's anybody from OCL on that left-hand side there, he's toast. And Toby the Toaster's now toast, I think. No, he's taken he's taken Wormald out. Somebody's taken Wormald. So there you go. That's exactly what I talk about. Don't send your squad leaders first, because when they die, you've now got no OP for a fairway. So Wormald's got to run in from all the way back.
It looks like Pootank's taking on Gremlin and lost that battle as well at the back there. He was taking on 3, but there's all quiet on the western front on flag position. Looks like the Americans are well done in, or OC's well done in on that. They've got a 76 now on the point protecting it, so they're well dug in like ticks.
We'll get over and have a look at that in a minute. Just for clipping purposes on Twitch, I'd just like to say that Pootang does like to take 3 blokes on at once. Clip that, folks. That's for iRun's little clip that he got. So, all right. Now that we've got over that, Pootang's going to kill me on that one. Let's get back in here and have a look at this mini game that's going on with Toby, Jads, RD's down, Xiao's down. See, they're all getting cut to pieces. The OC guys are a little bit too good at the moment in this defence. But where's Wormald? He's a mile back still, and they're all running in slowly as stragglers. Why it is important... Everything about this stuff is about the time you've got allocated. Right now we've got about 27 on the clock, and it takes an extra 30 seconds or a minute to run that extra distance. So if they moved enough people forward and then Wormald had the OP up forward, when those guys were dying because of skill differences or whatever, they can come back into the battle quicker. And ultimately, when you're pushing against... Someone's doing some good shooting over in the middle there, but he just died. When you're pushing against 2 guys, you might lose a couple of you because these guys are good, but eventually you'll overwhelm them with numbers. And if you're not pumping the numbers back quick enough, then they're just going to pick you off piecemeal. And we can see here that this squad, it's 2 squads now by the look of it, is spread over a very long distance. The effective squad is about these 3 right now. So there's 3 on 2 with flankers, another flanker coming in as well, 3 on 3. These guys back here took so long to come back into the fight that they're not really effective in the fight. I've got an airdrop coming in. That looks like OC are dropping some supplies just next to behind aid station.
No, that's
friendly. My bad.
That's German supplies dropping on there. I think they're going to build a garrison there, which is a smart choice. If they haven't got one there, I'd be building a garrison there on point as well.
Here we've got Lord Ginge on an AT gun, by the way, mate. So we're just having a bit of a look back up on the point now. Look how far he's shooting. Let's get in and have a close look at what that view looks like from his perspective. Here we go. We'll just jump in and have a look, get a bit of that sound effect as well. Come on, shoot, mate. He is shooting the middle road from the edge of the map. So he's shooting 3 grid squares and he's hitting the road. I need that. What's that there? Someone's seen him now, but he's got a bit of cover from bullets. Good shooting.
What's happening is when the ATG's firing, RD's behind the tank repairing it. So they've got that German tank on the road, but they've actually got an engineer repairing that tank.
Right, I've got gunfire going on up here now. Someone's shooting. Jesus, how far is he shooting? There's that tank you were talking about. That's the first time I've ever seen Kingsley stop. Is he sick? Something's wrong here. They must be out having a durry or something because they never stop. But here we are. No, I know what they're doing. They're overwatching that road. OC have completely locked down this point now. We can see as we go into top view, we've got a little bit of a push still going on up on this main North Road area. But they're not going in very fast, and it's just too challenging at the moment for the public team. OC are just locking down stuff too quickly. There's that AT round. Look how good that AT round is. Shouts to Blue Rose Jelly. How you going, mate? And Winchy as well. Lovely to see you. Hit the streets. Here you are. Bob Sedgwiss, if I said that right. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining the stream. And anybody else who's in there, as I say, I can read the chat. It's 15 minutes delay, but I'd love to hear from you. Look at this shooting from this AT gun. All right, Gobes, what we're going to do, there's a tiger. He's hiding. Let's get down and have a look at this tiger.
But the tiger's already marked. The tiger's been marked by OC. OC have already marked that tank.
So the tiger, though, will not get shot by the AT gun, so that's helpful. He's going to wait for infantry, I reckon. He's going to have to. Here's a bombing run coming in. There it is, down the main road. Who's that at? Whose bombing run is that?
That's the OC bombing run, but it doesn't get anyone.
That's just not hitting anybody at the moment.
Wait a minute, the tank's driving into it.
No,
just short of the Tiger tank.
Tank figured it out. Yeah, so please in the chat say hello. It's good to see you, and I'm really glad that you've joined us. We're having a bit of fun here, but Gobes, what I was going to say there, we've just had OC completely lock out this north push. Unless that Tiger can do... Oh, there's a bounce! That's a bounce! The 70... Is it 76 or 75? I can't remember. I didn't see it.
Tiger's only as good as the squad leaders pinpointing the tank out.
But was that tank, that Sherman, a 75 or a 76? I didn't see.
The German.
No,
it's a 76 American.
The American one.
Yep, it's got a fire on its turret now. They've got it.
Okay, they're shooting the ground in front of this tank. The Tiger's doing some good shooting. He's got a little bit of a problem on his left flank, though. If you have a look, it's looking decidedly orange up there, although Wormwood's coming back with his squad now. They need to push with this tank. This tank will make the difference for the way this works. There's the AT gun coming in as well. Let's back up a little bit here. What do we got for time on the clock? 22 minutes to go, roughly. The Sherman's not shooting very well at all, or that might have been the AT gun, I'm not sure. They're all shooting the ground in front of it. So this Tiger is in a really good position.
I'm surprised OC haven't put a AT gun on the road and just aimed it down the road every now and again, just to take that tank out, because they've got one tank. You can only have one tank in BPL, but you can have as many AT guns as you like.
But maybe they were having trouble doing that before because of Putang and Iran. Maybe that was a strategy they had which didn't work because those guys were up there. Guys, I want to just quickly talk, while this tank is sitting here, I think there's about 20 rounds coming in so far. Just talk to me about what you would do. Oh, shit, I'm just looking now at Bravo Squad making a sneak up the golf column, so I'm going to go and look at that. But just talk us through what you would do in this instance as you were the public team, mate.
If I was the public team, I'd be regrouping. First things first is I'd be telling my guys they're doing really well. They're pushing OC, they're making OC work for every single kill they get. But I wouldn't be focused too much on one point. I'd try to flex around, use the airhead, drop the airhead over in the C or D line, try to get flank around that way with just one squad or a squad lead to get around that. They haven't put too much suppressive fire onto the point, so that was another thing too, is I'd be trying to put suppressive machine guns straight on flak position. I'm surprised they're not doing that. Sorry?
Saw a comment from FedEx. What is the plan? We be stagnating. That's what it feels like a little bit. It is stagnating a bit, and that's why I put it out to you to see what we would do. There's exactly right there. There's not enough firepower going down range. This is very common in a lot of matches where folks forget that they've actually got ammunition they can use. All right, something just blew up. That was a tank. Great kill from the Tiger. He's taking out the Sherman. Kingsy's going to feel that in the morning. That's a good start. Push north from aid. That's what I'm hearing here. So they're telling him to push north from aid station. There's about 20 guys over there, actually a few less. OC have still got that area locked down a bit. But what happens is that there's a lot of people doing running, but not a lot of people shooting. And if you're a smart player, you can... and I just want to say, Blue Rose Jelly has just subscribed. Thank you, Blue Rose Jelly. That is awesome. I really do appreciate that. I really, really, really do appreciate that. Good things coming your way. I love that. That's just awesome. It leaves me a bit speechless, to be honest.
Oh, wait a minute. Lotion's looking for Josh. Josh just killed 2 people. There, he's at H6, laying down, and they're trying to knife him. And he opened up his submachine gun and blasted them in the face.
I'm just typing to Blue Rose Jelly. Talk me through, mate, a bit more about some of this machine gun fire on the point. As I said, there's not enough cover fire going down. Tell me what else you would do there.
So the first thing I'd do is I'd break some fire squads. So I'd have some crossfire going. So I'd get a squad down in the H line, in the far corner of the H line, H6, laying down suppressive fire on flak position. Another one probably at F6 and laying it down crossfire. Because laying down one machine gun, you're going to get snapped pretty quick. You know, they're going to fire back and you're going to get suppressed. But 2 machine guns laying down crossfire, it's going to work really well. And that's what's happening actually with Zhao Zhao on the point. He's got the machine gun there, but he's all by himself. And he's laying down suppressive fire. Dingo Pup's trying to flank around the outside, but there's just too many OC ready to pick that up.
All right,
Yeah, so I would be breaking into fire teams. I'd be having a lot more machine gunners, especially as Germans, laying down suppressive fire. The German tactic is all based around, like, infantry trackers, the 1940s, 30s, and 40s. It was all based around the machine gun.
Yeah, absolutely. And mate, it still applies today, as you no doubt know. You have a foot on the ground and you lay down suppressive fire while your other feet move. So let's explain that in a little bit of tactical sense, because we've got some time there. If we push in from aid station here, I would have perhaps some people in the trench on the right, one or two, and maybe one or two on the left, laying down suppressing fire or shooting at anything forward, while others are moving up the middle road here. And I'm gesturing with my arms. Can't you see what I'm gesturing at? Moving up this main area here, or maybe that trench on the left. This little trench on the left here coming out from 8 is really, really good to push up on. But you step some people down here, for example. So I'd have one or two people here with line of sight, as you can see, being able to shoot out across the field, an MG or something. Then if we zip across here just quickly to the right, forget Clarence, because he would be dead, surely. You get your guys moving up this trench while your mates are shooting out to the left and the right. And here's the only dangerous spot initially. Then a good bit of smoke up here. Josh Groen has made it all the way up there by himself without suppressing fire. He can't do much else, though, except satchel the point. We've got 20 to go. Yeah, 17. Just 17 to go now. But this is the concept, folks. This is the concept. Cover fire left and right, push up that trench. Because when you're putting suppressive fire down range, no one has got their head up looking at you. No one. These guys over here are trying the trench push in the traditional way. Mr. Paddox and Sheevan are trying it in the traditional way. You do not hear any shooting coming out of here. You do not hear any shooting coming out to support them. The Tiger that was over on the middle of the road is coming across finally, although I think it's getting shot at now. There it is. Let's just back up and have a look at that from a high-end perspective. He's getting... There he goes.
Yeah, 3K and Kingy are sitting on the at E5 on the bridge shooting across. But yeah, 100%. There's not enough suppressive fire going down range. Josh is on the point. He's slowly taking him out. He's a one-man army at the moment.
Yeah.
His name's Squiddy.
Here's a bombing run just for shits and giggles. Who's dropping that? That's coming in the back of the point. And an airhead. Oh, it's the old favourite. Bombing run airhead. Let's see if OC are awake, because they are spread all over the map in various locations. So...
it's not too bad spots. It's actually going to take them a long time. Oh, wait a minute. Justice coming in with a half track.
There's a half track. It's driving straight into that airhead. It's too obvious on these maps, ladies and gents. You cannot put the bombing run airhead in this competition and expect it to go. Fiercey's all over that like white on rice. Thanks for coming, airhead gone. No good, meat fingers. I'm sorry, mate. That is not a strategy you can employ against teams of this caliber, unfortunately. And that should be a lesson learned in 15 to go in real life, which is right in that. This is a lesson learnt in the hard way, unfortunately, here. That's a wasted airhead, completely wasted airhead against this team. So, what I would do from here with 15 on the clock, well, if I had an airhead up my sleeve, I don't. I can't do that. They've got supplies up there in the water. I have, from what I can see here, a whole bunch of people blocked up down here on aid station. I would still be trying to tie something up on that main road, but it's clear that until we get our tank out there, we're not doing anything.
There are a lot of rifles. Yeah, that's another thing, is they're all using rifles, and there's not one machine gun in the group. Yeah, but
machine guns, yes. I mean, I'm an MP40 kind of guy, and so this map really allows for rifles more than MP40s, but machine guns, I agree. So here's what we would do. Here's Clarence comes for a bit of a rundown now. I'd get a foot in here where Paz is. That's got to be a machine gun, maybe a rifle. I would get one over the other side. Look at him. Look at this. Whoever this is, Lotion's pushing right out and killing them in their spot. Snazzy McGee has subscribed as well. Wow, Jesus wept. Awesome. Thank you so much, Snazzy. I do appreciate it. It's very humbling when people subscribe to you. It really is. Humbled. I've got to write. Gobes, you talk for a minute. I want to just write something to these guys. I appreciate it so much.
I gotta go. Woohoo!
No, you can shut up now. It's my turn again.
The fight's still going on in the middle, so we're still at that fight. So that it seems like they got the blinkers on, and they just keep fighting for the middle. They're not really working together. Where OC is really working together. That shows the difference between a clan community, that like OC, who are very driven in having a really competitive clan, where you have individuals who are not, maybe want to have that experience, but don't have that experience in a big group in this game.
Absolutely.
I think that's what breaking it down to is you got little cliques breaking up into different groups trying to do tactics, but I don't know if it's working or not. How's their squads? Are their squads broken up into 3 or 4 man squads? Are they
threes and fours. We're just having a quick look at that now. 3s and 4s pretty much. There is a 5 there. So this 5 squad with Wormald here, not talking about the individual, just talking about the fact that there's 5 people. This is where you could have one person here with a rifle perhaps on the right side, maybe another one sort of in the middle here, maybe a machine gun on the right, a rifle in the middle, and then someone who's a good shot out here on the left-hand side, and then you run the rest of your squad up here. And if you have a second squad down here as well, which is clipping stuff, good, you might have clipped that other stuff about Pootsang and I run. Who knows? So there's 3 people on the ground. So that's your foot on the ground. You keep them in place and they do fire support downrange. And then you push two other squads forward. So the rest of your squad plus another squad forward through there. Smoke's going in. So they're your assault classes and things like that. Pretty much what's happening here is they're just getting ripped out of the point. These guys just keep pushing south because they can, and that's ending any attack before it began. And it's not that OC are so good that they can just outplay everybody in individual skills. It's just at the moment they're beating them tactically, which means that when you're spawning in and you're on a pressured point that's getting spawned in, you don't really have a chance. Individual skills are not going to beat squad play, and that's what OC are doing incredibly well, as they generally do, and a lot of the teams do in this. This is what the BiGD public team needs to do against a clan of OC's caliber. They need to actually get that leadership stuff squared away in amongst their little groups and work and communicate. And I'm not sure if it's happening or not. Certainly it's something to explore a little bit further. Guys, we're seeing a push in the middle here now, but talk to me about what you were talking about.
Yeah, the one thing I'd do is, and it's probably tactically too, is they don't understand how to take the MSR. They're not choking the MSR, so if
MSR being main supply route for those that don't remember us talking about that.
Yeah, so what I'd be pushing for is the bridges. So the bridge behind Flak Battery at Dover Battery. If I was Recon, I'd be owning that bridge and not letting any supply trucks or anything cross that bridge for the Americans, so they have to rely on the airhead. And I'd have my sniper maybe protecting the road, and everyone else I'd try to be getting flanking up, pushing up. But the problem is all the choke points. OC's really owning all the choke points. They've got the bridge covered at aid station. They've got the little jump points, and they just don't. The unclanned the community team just don't have anywhere to go. I think that's why they're trying to push the main road at the moment, but they're doing really well for a clan that hasn't been training together. It's come together, not knowing who they are, and they all work, and being individuals and have individual skills. They've come into the world really well. I'm really proud of this squad.
And I reckon, yeah, I agree with you.
It's just the map that's letting them. I'll be honest, it's the map that's letting them down. If it was a close quarter map like Carentan or something like that, I think this local team or public team would just own, I'll be honest, because then you can have your individual skills. You're not relying on long-range tactical commands. It's street fighting is pretty much down to individual units at that point in time in that location. I'm
watching Jads now, who's just having an absolute ripper of a game. He's just literally taken out a whole bunch of dudes down that trench. Then he's come down to where the Gary is. He's taken out a couple there. He's blown up the Gary. Everybody's running past him. No one seems to know he's there. Spawny's been sitting over the side there the entire time. No clue that this guy's in the trench. Syntax is shooting at God knows what. There's a rocket as well. Jads is invincible. Nobody can touch him. Here we go. Someone's riding a motorbike outside. And Syntax is down. Jads has killed him as well. There he's taken a frag to the face. Oh, and finally he's been shot. Mr. Paddox, who ran past him twice, has finally taken him out. And and then grenade in. We've got Hoons outside. We're going to just turn that off for a sec. Hang on a sec. That's all right, just some sort of champion. The thing here also we got to remember is that this isn't the normal Big D public team. This is there's a few ring-ins.
Right. Yeah, that's right. It's the open match, the open scratch match. That's right. That's
the public team had a win the other day. So, you know, they are quite a competitive team. I'll just get up the information before. So this is OC versus public team, but I think there was a couple of ring-ins that joined us for this one tonight because Putang's on NRD, correct? And so is I Run.
That's correct. Yeah, they're NRD boys, and they've got some boys in the tanks for OC. So obviously OC haven't got their tank squad as well. Yeah,
but you know, nothing against the NRD guys or whoever else has joined this squad, but most of the OC team, by the look of that, is the OC team, whereas the guys, there's a lot of fill-ins tonight at the moment, which means they're just trying to get that coordination. Unfortunately, with just over 7 minutes to go, the coordination is probably coming a bit late. I am watching and liking some of the attack that's coming from the south here, although Jads has probably been the player of the match so far with his play just down the bottom there. Look, he's just absolutely ripping them apart. He's obviously got some very good skills there. OC promote that man, I say. We've got to push up north, though. I've just seen blue dots. Lots and lots and lots.
Wow. I can see all the red dots. Wow, that's a ripper one. They obviously did the airhead in the far corner and decided to move across.
That's a Gary, man. They've actually put Gary. They've snuck up. Someone snuck up while we've been talking tactics, and they've actually used some tactics, and they've snuck a Gary north. This is the shit we're talking about. Now let's see if we can get a fire support base up here and actually overwatch the position and shoot in and push people in.
It looks like Fiercey's marked that there's a garrison there. They haven't on the supply that got dropped where Putang just died. So they know that someone's there, but I don't think they realised how many he's actually pushing down there.
No, they wouldn't know that, and they wouldn't know about the garrison at Delta 5. That's a great garrison. Well done, Commander, or whoever the squad leader was that did that. We've only got 6 minutes on the clock, though. This has got to be it. And this is what happens for these bloody matches. You sit there and you think one team's absolutely dominating the hell out of it, and it's all over Red Raven, and we might as well go away for tea and cakes. But
the garrisons, they're taking down a garrison at F5. Keypad 7's gone, so Fiercey's all over that. He knows that that's gone now. He knows that there's people there.
There's marked infantry from the blue guys here, and I didn't actually say that at the start. Blue, of course, being the public, orange being OC in this stream. We're watching now a decent enough push, but I'm looking at a significant... something just went down there. The rocket guy just took something out at Golf 4. That may have been an OP or a garrison, I'm not sure.
That was a garrison.
Oh, there we go. That's the stuff. But there needs to be squad leaders in here. There absolutely needs to be squad leaders in here. The supplies, if they are close enough, that recon leader will be able to pop a garrison down, but he doesn't want to do that over in the field. He's got to get that somewhere decent so they can at least have a chance. This is a good north push. This is a northwest push. This is the way to do it, boys. Really thrown OC out of it. How do OC respond? How do they respond with 5 minutes to go?
OC's pulled back 5-6 people off the point, and they've only left 2 at the front. So what I'd be doing if I was this public team is I'd be actually having one squad try to push up the front line now. Maybe get Pax and... Oh, wait a minute.
What have we got
Mr.
here?
Pax and Tomcat and Shivy is slowly pushing up, but they need to actually push up a little bit quicker if they can up that line, because there's only 2-3 defenders on that fight battery now.
Putang's just taken some rounds to the face, and that's going to slow his attack down. We've got AT coming in behind. There's more supplies dropping there, I'm assuming. Yes, they are. Blue supplies just dropping there. The big dildo coming down.
Oh, RD was about to fire a rocket at that tank, and he hit the tank, but the tank got him.
Oh, there you go. Reaver's in there now trying to cover. 5 minutes in real life. Winchy was about 4 now, actually, mate. Excuse me. There's a good shot from something. Here's the fire support-based stuff that we're talking about from the machine gunner that is way back on the point. It is gradually slowing down the point. There's a 70. What's that, a 76 or 75? We're getting close. That's a 76. It's got the muzzle bridge. That's the little flare thing on the front there. So these boys will be in here now trying to close down this push. this is where you would certainly need to have something coming in from another angle, and they have. There's a couple of squads that are lurking with intent down at 8 station. There are 4 minutes, even less than 4 minutes on the clock now. This attack up north is probably shut down. Soups is coming around behind. That's a good little move there. Let's see what Soupsy can do from the back here.
He should know he can jump across that river without dying, but he's taking the safe route.
Well, he's probably been playing as long as I have, if not longer, and I just don't know this stuff anymore because I always expected to drown in every piece of water. Soupsy's a known person now. They know he's there. He's taking down Nakajim. He's got to get his OP up, but that OP will drop in about 10 seconds when Agilon comes in. Gosh.
Don't run across the open field, Soups. Don't run across the open field.
No, he's got his mate. He's got a mate up there. He's got a friend.
I run.
Running.
He needs to get that garrison up. I wonder if he can get those supplies that dropped out there.
There's an airhead as well. They've thrown an airhead in Hotel 5. Is it a good airhead? Ginger's looking. Let's see if Ginger's noticed it. He's not seen it. Let's see if Fiercey's noticed it, because he'd be looking for that stuff as well. Fiercey's in the middle of combat. He'd be looking up surely. Where's this?
I don't think they've heard it. I don't think that. Oh, wait a minute. No, Sammy D's going for it, but they've marked it as an airhead.
That is marked.
I wonder if they're going to do a bombing run, though.
There's 2 airheads going in. It's a dual airhead. There are 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, roughly. 2 airheads going in. OC have got the right idea. Boys, airhead on the point. Everyone get back. 2 minutes left on the clock. This is what bombing you do. Bombing run coming in. That's probably going to go over. Where's that? That's a blue bombing run. This could be a game changer.
It went to the wrong airhead.
There's the bombing run across the point. It hasn't taken out anybody. That's probably a little bit unlucky. It's something they needed to do. I prefer to send it over. They're trying to shell. The airhead's going to get a spawn wave on it. Surely this is going to get a spawn wave on it. Running through water is like running through treacle in this game. Here it is, Nakajim.
There's a grenade. Nak's throwing a grenade.
Here's a... Oh, no, the spawn wave got off. The spawn wave's off. There's carnage. There's another 3 dead. And he's one of those syntaxes. No, he's proper fucked. And that's the end of the game, folks.
But see, with this game, with BPL, people rely so much on artillery and using smoke to cover their airheads. Mate. But in BPL, you don't have an artillery anymore. Wait a minute. You got Poo-Tank pushing up the front now. Poo-Tank is running up the front.
It's all over Red Rover. He's not going to do enough there, old Poo-Tang. They've got 1 minute left on the clock.
He's got to kill 12 guys. Can he do it? He's got 1. He's got 2.
Here he is. Come on. Player of the match, Poo-Tang. You can do it. So no, he's down. He's down. That was a good airhead.
I'm pretty sure they came together in the last 10 minutes. They really came together. I think they really shocked OC at the last 10 minutes, this team.
It's consistent with how this goes, though, isn't it? It takes teams that perhaps are in some of the less strong community groups, the clan groups, that haven't played consistently for years together. They take a bit of time to shake out the cobwebs of communication, and that's what you see here. And then they come in with these really good random attacks that you go, oh God, I did not see that coming. Well done. And that's what it's all about. Well done at the end there from the community team for, the majority community team for giving that a red hot go. This is pretty much game now. I've got 18 on the clock or 15 on the clock, but it should be pretty much game with about 5 seconds left to go. So we're calling it for OC here. We called it a little while back. Great push at the end there, but OC, they threw down that airhead. There it is. Good game has been called. Battle is over. Well done to OC. It's only a scratch match, remember. There's a bombing run at the end just for fucking thanks for coming.
Shit and giggle.
Yeah, there it is. Remember, this wasn't for points, this one. This was just a GG and nothing more. So we give that one to OC. Let's put up their pretty picture. Hopefully. No, not that one. That one. There you go. OC have won this scratch match tonight. Go some highlights of that, please, for you, mate.
The engineer behind the tank was a good one because the ATG was getting the shots on but couldn't do any damage because the engineer's behind the tank. For the Germans, that was a good one. Poo-Tank pushing from behind, as always. Poo-Tank loves to push from behind, haha. And
He's the butt of our jokes. Right, I'll shut up now.
And having Lotion probably at the front control, as I said at the start of the game, he's one to watch out for. He was controlling his squad at the front line. He did amazing work. Just pushing, you'd push in, kill them all, then he would fall back, let them come, he'd take it to them, and then he would fall back again. Amazing.
Absolutely, mate. I just the old mate comment there from Wolf. He doesn't know who's playing. So it's the BiGD community group was playing that with ring-ins. It's a scratch match, is what I'm saying. I saw some good play there. I saw some good individuals. But we're about to get into the actual point scoring round shortly. So it's 7:45 AEST, 7:47 actually, and at 8 p.m. or 2000 hours AEST, we're going to see the TFK guys are taking on the 3 para guys, and I'm excited for this one. We'll see where it ends up. At the moment, the map's just doing its reset, so I'll take that OC slide off and I'll put in the All Clans one. How's that? So we've got the TFK Task Force Koala guys taking on the 3 para guys on this map in about 10 minutes. So Gobes and I are going to have a quick break now while we bring in a few other panel members this evening. Putang is going to be joining us shortly, and we'll not talk about the stuff that we were talking about. He's just going to have to watch that. Gobetron, thank you so much for subscribing, mate. I absolutely am humbled, and I appreciate it, mate. It means amazing things for my ability to be able to dish out prizes and freebies from the stream, from the Twitter account. So thanks, man. I really do appreciate that.
Anything for the community, man.
And of course, for your support for this community, and doing the streams with me and stuff like that, and all the background work you do as well, mate. All right, Gobes and I are going to take a 10-minute or maybe less break, probably 5-minute break. And we'll be back shortly, and we will do some fun stuff again with 3 para and TFK going head to head. Let's go to, what's my pretty footage? I think it was the one where we just go zooming around the map. What do you reckon? Let's do that.
Yeah, let's go on.
Let's zoom around the map. Let's put on some sexy music, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes, folks.